Everything's cool when you're part of Amesbury Primary. The Radio Shack. It's just how you like it.
Hi, we're back. I'm Leo, and in the studio with me today is Bailey, Aaron, Lewis, Ash, Alfie. Today we'll have jokes, songs, shout-outs and lots of other things. Now sticking with me, the news. If you didn't know, Year 5 and 6 are going on a residential trip to Manor Adventures in Wales. Aaron in here with me is not going on the trip though. Instead, he and some other kids are staying with Miss Taylor doing some awesome activities. Now passing on to Alfie with birthday.
Thank you, Leah, and I'm going to be doing the birthdays. Riley in Figsbury is 10. Rose in Winklebury is 5. Tyler in Sarum is 8. Toby in Silbury is 5. Aaron in Woodhenge is 10. William in Longley is 9. Jake in Longley is 9. Georgia in Wardour is 9. Jack in Wardour is 9. Reese in Figsbury is 10. Lexi in Stourhead is 7. Grace in Stonehenge is 11. Marco in Amesbury is 6. Bailey in Avebury is 11. Charlotte in Silbury is 5. Hayden in Winklebury is 5. Jamie in Stonehenge is 11. Maya in Longley is 9. And Cameron in Mordor is 9. Boy, that's a lot of birthdays this week.
Happy birthday!
I've been Alfie with the birthdays, and now I'm going to be passing to Tash with Song 1.
Thank you, Alfie. And Song 1 this week is requested from Bailey. Blur Reese, play that sack. Thanks, Bailey. That was a good song request. Now I'll pass you on to Lewis with the jokes. Thanks, Tash. I'm here with the jokes. What happened to the male bee who fell in love? I don't know. He got stuck on his honey. Why did the surfer stop surfing? I don't know. Because the seaweed. What do you do if your nose goes on strike? Don't know. Pick it. I've been Lewis, and now I'm passing on to Bailey with the topic for discussion. Thanks, Lewis. I'm Bailey with topic for discussion. Today's topic for discussion is about what we've learnt. So far this week we've been finishing our stuff like maths and literacy before we go on the trip.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I wouldn't say so unfortunately, fortunately for me, Max and Harry Cook, we get to go outside Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every 2 hours to measure the temperature for our maths next week.
Well, that sounds very interesting. In Mordor, we learned how to solve those really long sums. So say I had 18 times by 2, I would partition it into 10 times 2, and that will equal 20. And then if I did 8 times by 2, 8 times 2 equals 16. So add the two answers together and you get 36, which is 18 times 2. It's a lot easier than using the column method or some other silly way. Lucky, in Woodhenge we had to add and do everything about fractions. Going back to what Lewis said, it was really fun in Mordor classroom. A lot easier, but some people found it tricky, some people found it really easy. Well, I would have found that really tricky.
We only got to do 18 times 2 or 18 times 3 or 23 times 2 using the grid method.
In Woodhenge classroom, we had to do adding fractions and then we had to compare them with decimal places and I forgot what the other one was. Fractions, decimal places and percentages. And then we would have to, like, as a challenge, we would have to order them. So there'll be like decimal percentages and fractions. We would have to put them all into the same one, which was the trickiest part, and then we would have to order them from smallest to largest.
I didn't understand one bit of that when we were learning it. But at least we didn't have to do that in our class.
Because we're not in year 5.
You're younger, so you wouldn't understand it.
Well, that's not very nice. That was topic for discussion. Now passing on to Aaron with song 2.
Thank you, Bailey. I'm Aaron, and I've got a song recommended by my sister, Caitlin. It is Pendulum Watercolour. That was Pendulum Watercolour, recommended by my sister, Caitlin. I will now be passing on to Alfie with the shout-outs.
Thank you, Aaron. Now I'm going to be doing the shout-out. My shout-out is that it's the 1st of December!
My shout-outs to the people who made Mrs. Brown's Boys because I love it.
My shout-outs to my mum for being the best she can be.
My shout-out is to my mum because on Sunday she did a half a marathon and she finally completed it. My shout-out is to Mrs. Hollis for being the best by letting us do this.
So that was a shout-out. Now I'm passing on to Aaron.
Thank you, Alfie. I'm Aaron again, and I've got email plug. Please can you send us some emails? We keep thinking of songs and it's getting boring without them. Here is the email address so you can send us emails. radio.shack@amesbury.wilts.school.uk, and school is with the SCH. I've been Aaron, passing on to Lewis with goodbye.
Thank you, Aaron. I'm Lewis with the goodbye. Please tune in next week, because next week we'll be interviewing the year 5 and 6 after their Manor Adventure trip,
including me.
Everything's cool when you're part of Amesbury Primary. The Radio Shack. It's just how you like it.